Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away. Put time away. Again. Listen. Yeah. So just as I and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we are penalized. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, and we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, me love Jah. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last. Oh, thy peace, God of my, oh, thy peace, God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people day. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rob and cheat, and not first and for make out what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they pray at him and show one stone, and let's bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Take him and show one stone, and let's bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You must show us stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You must show us stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black thing? Him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
A year that brought us one of the most hotly contested general election. A year also that brought us untold disaster we've never seen in our country before. The year is 2025. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Year in Review. This evening, we will look at January to June in our Year in Review of some of the stories in the news cycle in our country for the first half of the year. Everyone, welcome. Good evening. We are approaching the end of the white man's calendar of the year. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome. Global is a call out a door, you see. A call till all my head a pain me. Me not tell you no lie. Oh, the good call. So we're not able to go tarry out here too long tonight, because we had a ningy way. But as we plan to start our Year in Review, and we have to get it over and done with tomorrow night, New Year's Eve, as they call it. Debbie Jervis TV, good evening and welcome. Good evening, Barbara Simpson. Charlotte Grime, good evening. Jean and Tony, good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Barbara Simpson. Yes, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Like and share the live for us, please. Now, let us look at what went on in January in our country. What went on in January? The year really started on a bloody note. Anne Marie, how are you? Remember, January started quite bloody. We had like 30 odd murders within a few weeks of the starting of the year. So there was the devastation of the violence, but there was also the national road condition dispute, because you remember after Beryl in 2024, the road condition got worse, and then we had the spark and we had the the spark and the reach that basically haven't reached anywhere or spark anything at all. So there was quite much about the road dispute debate in Parliament, and it was a national debate that many discussions were on social media in relation to that as well. In January of this year as well, many NHT contributors become eligible to receive their NHT refund. Then you have a very violent start to the year, where was a lot of drive-by shooting and mass shooting, and all of them things that was going on in January. There was some earthquake around the January time as well. So those were some of the things that went on in January. And as you know, them usually observe them national prayer day and all of them something there. I think during January was National Cervical Cancer Screening program during that time as well. And you all know Rebel Salute always goes on during that time. Then we move on to February. You all remember February, we had that topsy-turvy in the legislative process when they tried to push the 15 parish haphazardly, and it was stopping its tracks by a court ruling. So that was on the government and legislative side, where they tried to do the gerrymandering of boundaries in order to secure particular seats for the general election, creating the Portmore as a 15th city, but not 15th city, rather 15th parish, but a court ruling stopped that in its track. What's next? Well, Bank of Jamaica during January as well maintain interest rate at 6%. So don't know how much, if it's of a benefit. This is something we're making a follow up with Mr. Green agricultural relief in January. Ministry of Agriculture allocate 143 and 34 rather million for drought relief to assist farmers in 7 parishes experience below average rainfall. Well, questions can be asked about money of such as to how it was spent and if it was really spent as they say. You know, in February as well, you have the Jamaica Day celebration, where it is observed across the island. And then we move to March. March was quite a upbeat period. If you remember, Jamaica had that historic visit from the United States Foreign Department when Marco Rubio visited Jamaica at the end of March. We're still to know what's the purpose of the visit, what was discussed, what deal was gotten into, or whatever it is. We later see Marco Rubio, one of Marco Rubio undersecretary, came back to Jamaica after burial. This is something that we still need to follow up on, given the tension and everything we see going in the Caribbean. The Marco Rubio visit in March of this year, it's not something that we should forget that it didn't happen. And we also had the government announce a minimum wage increase that, you know, they did a minimum wage increase June to meet the general election, if you remembered much. And it was in March as well that the court delivered the injunction that stopped the Portmore parish in its tracks. In that same month as well, Audrey Marks. Remember, Audrey Marks came home to start her political dabble. Then Gugu Gaga was appointed the new ambassador to the United States. So those are some of the things that went on in March. You also, as well, have the national budget presentation where Andrew Holness announced his solidarity program to provide 20 to 50,000 to needy Jamaicans, and an increase in National Housing Trust loan limit to 9 million. Now, if you look at what the Prime Minister said in the national budget presentation, the 20 million and the 50 million. Now, if you go back, the 20,000 and the 50,000 as his solidarity program. Let's roll back a bit to the United Nations World Food Program cash Hurricane Beryl cash assistance. remember the cash assistance for Hurricane Beryl. 1 or 2 persons were to get 20,000 Jamaican dollars over a 2-month period. Up to 6, I think, gets up to 50,000 Jamaican dollars per month for those 2-month period. And 6 or more gets 50,000, 50,000, no, 50,000. How much? But it's 3 different figures. But if you notice, these two, the 50,000 and the 20,000 that the Prime Minister announced in a budget in a March, were how it was stipulated in the World Food Program, but over a 2-month period. But the Prime Minister announced it as a one-off. Now, how much people benefited from that solidarity program, it's yet to see. And that solidarity program, as the Prime Minister introduced it, that was money for the Hurricane Beryl cash relief that the Prime Minister used at a time when general election was coming up to woo the voters, as if he's giving Jamaicans a piece of the prosperity. And then there was also a major accident on PJ Patterson Highway in St. Catherine as well, where quite a few people lost their life around that time. I remember the big football debacle where Messi come play, and rather the Prime Minister support at home. The Prime Minister was supporting Messi. There was one Jamaica guy who played on the team who played against Messi, and a lot of Jamaicans were supporting Messi, but the Prime Minister was there in a Messi t-shirt and a Messi immigrant support, and it was a big noise about it. Then we go over to April. April was where the Prime Minister started to really shout and chant his brouhaha of his significant drop in murder. I still don't see it yet. Let me take a sip of my cinnamon leaf tea. Bear with. Don't quite see what the government is talking about when it comes to the significant drop in murder, because the police step up on the murder, even though Kev said if you count the one them were arrested alive when we count the dead one them. So in early April, the government start for dancing tune of crime down by 30% and quite more closer up to the general election, them dance it as lower down as they can. Let's look at what else. On the economic front, Port of Kingston expansion. The Prime Minister announced a $50 million investment to upgrade equipment and expand capacity at Port of Kingston amid the solidity of Jamaica as a regional logistic hub. Road maintenance, 1.5 billion quarterly road patching program was announced to begin in May 2025, prioritizing critical thoroughfare and highway traffic corridor. Have we seen that yet, Jamaica? We heard about Reach, we heard about Spark. Have you seen, but even if anything did happen in a Reach and Spark, Melissa uproot them because most of them was just Mal and Gasile. Most of them was just Mal and Gasile. So Melissa would have rooted them up street and lane. So we can just imagine the condition going forward. So the solidarity program that we spoke about earlier, what the government announced in the budget during March, that solidarity program launched in April. And as we said, the 20,000 and the 50,000, that was all about sweetening up people. Them put it as them welfare program and parts. But when you read the World Food Program Burial Cash Assistance document, then you see where all of this come from. That's why I said this government, they don't explain anything to us. They just make up things and make it look like them do it. But in effect, this wasn't something that coming out of the Jamaica government pocket. This was the World Food Program money. The money where you hear Andrew Holness come and talk about solidarity is the World Food Program money, where people who were affected by burial was meant to get over a 2-month period to assist them during the recovery. Andrew Holness, in an election year, create a name for it and call it solidarity and go on like say it is the government giving it to the people. But in effect, no, it was the World Food Program money the government wrap up in a for him own way and pass it off like a for him packet or the taxpayer packet it come out of. So, the more you delve into information, you see the lies of this government. And here what the Prime Minister phrased it. You remember we read the World Food Program document the other night. Now here what the government says to them. The government launched a cash grant initiative providing a one-time payment between 20 and 50,000 to vulnerable Jamaicans not covered by existing welfare program like parts. Andrew Holness, now that we are aware of the burial cash assistance program from the World Food, where you and Ministry of Labour and Social Security was partnering with them to do, Andrew Holness. This is the same program you take it and switch to your one-off solidarity program. You take it and you switch it off to a one-off solidarity program. When you read the World Food Program document, it's over a 2-month period. Jamaicans in the disaster zone of burial should have received that money. So when the Prime Minister come with budget and tell we say, he might give Jamaicans, he might give those who outside the net of this or that in giving them something. Those outside of the tax threshold of the argument they did bring. Those outside of the tax threshold, it might give them something. But no, at the World Food Program money, you take the people and show God Prime Minister. Sharon Bernard, how you do? Gloria Morris, Miranda Roddock, Evelyn, welcome, how you do? You take other people and Prime Minister and a show God. Because at 20,000 and 50,000 when you wrap up and a give out, it was World Food Program money. You are going, like I say, I care, you care. A World Food Program money you there use and I buy people vote and attention. And I go on like you care. And I go on like you do something, even though we know say $20,000 can't do nothing in a Jamaica in a supermarket. But you take people their money and I go on like say, you care. So I'm tell you about right son if you read. Read. It was the same time as well they stole one of Mark Golden them policy where they talk about in the budget about the school meal. You remember when straight after budget them stole that idea of school meals, even though them never have it straightened out, like how the PNP them have it straightened out, but that school meal idea they stole. And the tax relief threshold was moved up to 1.7 million that took effect on the 1st of April. Radio, where are we now? Are we in May now? Yes, in May. What happened in May? Historical low poverty. We don't know about that. Major tourism investment legislation for tax income relief for large-scale project was highlighted as catalyst for long delay Harmony Grove tourism development, which requires a minimum investment of $1 billion. Now, here is where it concerned me. Oh, with a me, yeah. Here is where it concerned me. In a me, JPS announced plan to invest $13 billion over 10 years to combat electricity theft and improve grid. Them have that a long-term plan, yeah? But we still have to lend them money to deal with them short-term goals. That makes sense too, no? Globalist, talk truth. We have to lend them money to patch up their short-term goal. But them have long-term plan money. The long-term plan money are what they was planning to dig out of all of we, you know. That was the long-term plan money, to dig it out of all of us. Just like they are doing now. Just like they are doing now in the midst of Melissa, it was what the plan have always been, to dig deeper. Now in May, the government choir starts singing louder when it comes to crime reduction. The government claims to reach a milestone. Crime has never been this low, according to the government. But do we believe the government? Or is it our reality? Is it the reality of the Jamaican people? Is it the reality of the people on the ground that murder has gone down? Does it reflect what we read and see in the news? Does it reflect what we see and hear on other social media platforms that have not been reported in the news? Is it a true reflection when the killing by the state have escalated? Is it really a true reflection? Say crime gone down, Prime Minister PM. Me don't know how much people buy that story there, sir. Agricultural infrastructure. Flight Green and open money you have to give an account for, you know. The Ministry of Agriculture announced a $900 million investment for the construction or rehabilitation of 60 farm roads across the island. Flight Green, I wonder if you can give an account for that $900 million, my friend. I wonder if Mr. Green is able to give an account for that $900 million when he claims they're going to invest in a farm road. How much of that 900 million, Mr. Green, have been spent on farm road? How much farm road, Mr. Green, have been upgraded from this $900 million? Well, I can't pan out the money big when I phone myself. One really can pan out the money big. National Skill Bank. The government began establishing a national skill bank to address labor shortage and optimize workforce distribution. On the social and governance front of things, there was a press freedom ranking where Jamaica fell to 26 out of 180 countries on the World Press Freedom Index. A shift the Press Association of Jamaica termed as a wake-up call regarding transparency. And you know, this government, of all the ones we've dealt with before, is not so kindly to press freedom and freedom of speech. That is something still to watch as we recently hear the government decide to declare war on us when it comes to information. Now, the discussion of the political ombudsman, because you know, there was a lot of talk of election within the May period. There was heavily debated as to when election will be called, and a lot of election campaigning, subliminally or otherwise, was going on at the time. The issue then of the political ombudsman became center stage discussion again, as you are aware that Andrew Holness destructed that office, meddled it with the Electoral Commission, which are all under his Office of Plenty Ministry, which ever since he tied up that office, there is confusion as to who or what. It is a body, is it a person? And the confusion in relation to the political ombudsman continues in our country. There was some minimal education reform as well, but hey, right, we look at press freedom already. It was also Labor Day, as you well know. It was May, and it was during that month as well that Ashoka Road in the Waterhouse Ray of Things was renamed Shelley and Fraser Price Drive in honor of the legendary sprintress, Miss Fraser Price. Now, what happened in June? What happened in June? Now, on the legislative and governance front, harsher penalty was discussed in Parliament. The Senate approved amendment to the law in relation to Offense Against the Persons Act, the Criminal Justice Act, and the Child Care Protection Amendment Act, and all of that. So there was some legislative updates in that area. You know, the prayer last night where them always talk about, rather than we have a proper theft act in the country which will deal with a broad area from theft to handling stolen property, fraud, burglary. If you have a theft act, all of these different limbs of things will fall under the Theft Act, whether it be theft, robbery, burglary, handling of stolen property, and all of that. All of that will come under a codified Theft Act. But it's yet to see why the Jamaica government is pussyfooting around having a proper act that define theft in our country, rather than the confusing larceny law that we have. Financial integrity. On June 10th, the European Union officially removed Jamaica from its list of high-risk jurisdiction for money laundering and terrorism financing. No, this could read many things, because them know there was going to be an upcoming money laundering ring in a Jamaica. So lifting Jamaica off of the radar, in a June would provide them the elbow room right now to do the whole heap of money laundering, what them a do right now, especially with the JPS money and other money where you hear a band round and around. It provide them the space and the elbow room to do the money laundering, because Jamaica is not so closely monitored at the moment. Now, also in June, you have the energy policy. The government announced plan to reduce general consumption tax on electricity to 7%. Murdo. The government in June announced plan to reduce the general consumption tax on electricity to 7% and invest over $1 billion in metering upgrade to lower national energy costs. So them are go reduce GCT to 7%. And then 7% gone on pan electricity bill. You don't understand it? Make me left counting, yeah. Make me left counting to people. You understand? Make me left counting to people where use buckle stopper. Public sector pay rise. Most public sector workers receive an estimated 7.5% boost in basic pay as part of new modernized agreement with the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Union. By early June, Jamaica Disaster Fund reached 130.6 billion ahead of 2025 hurricane season. I don't know what that means. I can't count. I can't count. Andrew Holness would have to explain that. Because they hope of money where you don't know if they spend, what they spend on, if anybody benefit from them, you just don't know. Our Juneteenth celebration festivals such as Moby, Fun Fest, these are just culture and event. Well, those are some of the big stories or major issues in the news in the first 6 months of the year. Now, tomorrow we will look at July to December. And you know that July, August, it really started heating up until what we ended up in now. So as me head now to in a good condition, I'm going to go to bed now. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning to take a chunk out of the government. And tomorrow night, we will finish our year in review, where we look at July to December. And that will be more of a compact, given how much happened since during the last 6 months. It was in the same period where Jamaica took leadership of CARICOM and relinquished leadership of CARICOM. But do join us back tomorrow night and tomorrow morning for our usual scheduling, and then tomorrow night for our final episode in 2025 year in review. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight. Minister Raymond, come on. But Raymond, thank you also very much for your birthday donation. I really, really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you all very much. Join us back tomorrow morning for your At a Glance end of the year program. Thank you. Good night from Global TV. Oops.
Too long in our little ghetto. Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. just and I say watch him man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari. War and crime. And do the righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Save all people. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I and I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace while we are penalized. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari. War and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.